Red Data Girl is a series of fantasy novels written by Noriko Ogiwara. 6 volumes have been released. The first volume was published by Kadokawa Shoten in 2008, while the last was published in 2012. This manga series adaptation, illustrated by Ranmaru Kotone and published by Kadokawa Shoten, was serialized between December 2012 and July 2014. A 12-episode anime television series adaptation by P.A.Works aired between April and June 2013. The full anime series became available for streaming on Netflix on August 1, 2015. Plot: the story revolves around Izumiko Suzuera, a 15-year-old girl who was raised at Tamakura Shrine, which is a part of the Kumano Shrine's World Heritage Site. She destroys any electrical device she comes into contact with. Despite being shy, she wants to try living in the city. Her guardian Yukimasa Saga recommends that she enroll at Haja High School in Tokyo accompanied by his son, Miyuki Sagra. Miyuki has trained to become a Yamobushi from a young age. While in Tokyo on a middle school field trip, an entity named Himagami appears. Izumiko learns that she is a Yorishiro, a vessel for a Shinto spirit known as a kami. She also learns that Miyuki is tasked with protecting her. Characters Main characters Izumiko Suzuera, voiced by Sori Hayami, Bryn April. Izumiko is described by Miyuki as a dull-looking girl with twin braids. Before beginning school in Tokyo she wore red-rimmed glasses that were given to her by her mother. At the beginning of the series she is very timid and shy, and doesn't like to share her desires or opinions with others. However, as the series progresses she begins to change and becomes more confident. One trait that shocks most people and meet her is that she has lived most of her life without using electronics, because they break whenever she tries. It is revealed in episode 2 that Izumiko is destined to serve as the vessel for a powerful ancient goddess and will most likely be her final vessel. Later in the season, it is revealed that her mother gave her the glasses to block her vision, because she sees too much. Without them she can identify spirit agents, ghosts, and gods. Though they appear to her as frightening creatures covered in a black aura. Miyuki Sagra, voiced by Kaki Urashiyama, Mika Sulusod. Miyuki is the son of Yukimasa and also a monk in training. When he is first introduced he is very cruel to Izumiko and said that he couldn't believe a goddess was in such a dull girl like her. However, after seeing her powers and learning more about her he began to soften up towards her. Even after Yukimasa gave him the chance to go back home he decided to stay with Izumiko and protect her. After moving to Tokyo together, Izumiko and Miyuki grow closer. But Miyuki doesn't believe he can truly protect Izumiko. He believes he is weak and can't even take care of himself. Miyuki has a very strained relationship with his father, whom he hates. At first when Miyuki refuses to serve Izumiko, Yukimasa took him into the woods. It is implied that he beat him into submission. Yukimasa often calls Miyuki unworthy of serving Izumiko and belittles him every chance he gets. As the series progresses he begins to fall for Izumiko. Manurazada, voiced by Madoka Yonizawa, Christy Kang, fraternal sister of Manatsu and Masumi. In the third episode she is introduced as Izumiko's cheerful and kind roommate. However, in episode 4 it is revealed that she is a monk and is currently involved in a secret school-wide rivalry between herself and Takai Inagi. Although she seems kind, she at times can be just as calculating as Takai Inagi. After witnessing Izumiko's ability to identify Takai Inagi's spirit agents, she realizes that Izumiko and Miyuki might be more powerful than she thought. She decides to try and recruit Izumiko, and attacks Miyuki to reveal his true strength. Manatsu Zada, voiced by Kaito Ishikawa, Joel McDonald, identical brother of Miura and Masumi. One of Manatsu's defining characteristics is his intense love of horses. Especially his first horse, Tubby. He is usually very cheerful and kind, but when it comes to his family he can be very determined and fiercely protective just like Masumi. Masumi Zada, voiced by Rya Erikamura, Chris Burnett, identical brother of Miura and Manatsu. He died of a heart defect while taking an afternoon nap when he was 6. Masumi is very protective of his siblings and does his best to keep them safe when he can. Miura and Manitsu are capable of summoning him as a divine spirit and communicate with him often. In his fight against Takayanagi, it is clear he is very powerful and capable of devouring spirits. He has a very playful personality and sometimes likes to dress in girls' clothing, much to chagrin of his identical brother Manitsu. However, when his family is threatened, he can become serious and have a much darker personality. Yukimasa Sagara, voiced by Jun Fukuyama, David Matranga, the father of Miyuki, his sole intention is to protect the goddess. Despite being 33 years of age, he looks quite young and lively. In some scenes in the anime it is shown that he is awfully strict and looks down upon Miyuki. He has a job as a model and is also a trained mountain monk. Others Yu Kariko Suzuera, voiced by Romy Park, Melanie Mason, Izumiko's mother. Deizu Suzuera, voiced by Kazuhiko Inu, Robert McCollum, Izumiko's father, who works overseas. Satoru Wamiya, voiced by Rai Kijimiya, Ryan Reynolds, Izumiko's spirit familiar. He gained a physical appearance due to her wish to have friends. He can control other students and tries to use them to get rid of Miyuki for the purpose of keeping Izumiko from Tokyo. Ishija Takayanagi, voiced by Hirofumi Nojima, Clifford Chapin, student council president candidate and top student. He badly desired to become the student council president, and acquired assistance from spirit agents. However, he bore a grudge against Miura for competing against him. In the end he lost the battle but intended to ruin the Senoka festival organized by the student council. When Izumiko found out his plans, she went into a rage and transformed him into a white dog. In the end, however, he was converted back. Jinon Nokakisa, voiced by Sarah Emmy Bridcut, Leah Clark, student council president and associate of Murakami Hodaka. Hodaka Murakami, voiced by Akira Ishida, Jason Liebrecht, former student council president of Hajj Academy. He also identifies himself as an oracle and a judge in the battle to become a World Heritage candidate. The goddess within Izumiko also called him the male god of art and said that she knew him from hundreds of years ago. Yoshiki Hayakawa, voiced by Mamoru Miyano, Kyle Phillips, Shingo Nonomura, voiced by Kenji Nomura, Jason Douglas, he's Izumiko's driver. Takeomi Suzuera, voiced by Atsushi Lee, Kent Williams, he's Izumiko's grandfather. Sora Sumori, voiced by Shukiko Tsagawa, Stephanie Young, Amy Watanabe, voiced by Kaneko Miyamoto, Noelle Fabian, she was one of Izumiko's friends from her previous school. Haruna Mita, voiced by Aoya Kasua, Jamie Marchi, another one of Izumiko's friends from her previous school. Yuri Misaki, voiced by Keisuke Kamoto, Clay Wheeler, Tonwa Ogawa, voiced by Ryasu Kanemoto, Jeff Johnson, Misa Koshikawa, voiced by Shami Tsuboki, Alex Moore, Rina Akinokawa, voiced by Ikumi Nakagami, Sarah Rugsdale. Media. Novel series The novel series is written by Noriko Ogiwara and published by Kadokawa Shoten. The first volume was published under the Kadokawa Jinosagi series imprint on July 4, 2008, and the last, the sixth, on November 29, 2012. The series is illustrated by Komako Sakai in the original novel version, and Mel Kishida in the Sneaker Bunko light novel re-edition. Manga A manga series adaptation, illustrated by Ranmaru Kotone and published by Kadokawa Shoten, began serialization in December 2012. It was published in the Shonen Ace magazine and ended its run in the September issue on July 26, 2014. The series was compiled into 4 tankobon volumes between February 21, 2013, and April 25, 2014. Anime It was adapted into an anime television series by P.A.Works, with original character designs by Mel Kishida, directed by Toshio Shinohara. The first episode was streamed on Nikoniko on March 16, 2013 and aired on television on April 4, 2013. The opening theme is Small World Drop by Annabelle, and the ending theme, Yokan by Masumi Ika. Episode list. References. External links, official website, Red Data Girl at Anime News Network's Encyclopedia.